Now then, do you remember earlier we heard from obsessed, let's be frank, telephone collector, I should say, Andy Clark. He's just purchased a rundown red telephone box. The glorious beauty of it is something to behold, which he hopes to get working again. Not just have it, but see it in working order. But the obsession doesn't stop there, or indeed with the numerous old-fashioned telephones he keeps in the house. It's even spread to the garage, where Claire Carter had a trip back in time.
Reminder call service. Dial the required time followed by square.
This is a PABX3, a private automatic branch exchange. So this is something that you would have in an office, well, it would have to be a big office or a hospital. And in fact, this one came from Crawley Hospital. In the old days, before you had what was called DDI, direct dialing into a customer's PABX, you would have a lady sat, or you'd have a suite of these.
And this is where you get all the crossover wires,
exactly.
And you're in and out. And
so again, you pull these out and you plug these in and say, "Hello, Gloucester Royal, can I help you?"
You have a lovely telephone voice, my lad.
Call diversion on busy is cancelled.
I mean, the main thing that I'm looking at here, I'm just going to try and paint a picture. It looks like a whole lot of fuse boxes in a row in one big, gigantic grid.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that weighs 2 ton, over 2 ton. I mean, this, for example, now, this is great. Now, these are the old tones. So number and obtainable tone.
And
number and obtainable. Ringtone.
That is so... Do you just sometimes, when you want to get away, you just come in here and just have a listen to an engaged tone?
So if I wanted to ring that telephone there, what would normally, it would be a 3-digit extension, so you dial 200. Now, I haven't got it fully working yet. What would happen is one of those switches would connect to one of these switches, and then the last 2 digits of that number would then connect. So if I dial a 0, and then another 0, and it rings.
Whoa!
Oh, there you go. So if I dial that one there, so that's 01. And that's a black 300 type.
I'm loving that ringtone.
Hello there. Hello. 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 Operator.
I'm never going back to work.
Call waiting is switched on.
I've got to ask, what is your favourite?
Oh, I don't know.
What's your favourite that you have?
I think I remember that as a kid. The 706 with the rounded switch hooks. Rounded off.
That's the red bat phone.
Yeah. I remember that quite well. But the black, the 300 types, they were... They're something that sort of live with you really on forever, and they're on you can get them on eBay now, and they are going at a premium. Yeah, so I suppose it's a toss-up between these two, really.
You were called on the 26th of October at 09:45.
It's nice to know that somewhere in the county, history like this is actually still alive and working.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, the idea is to get it working so the manual board works as well, and then I have all of the phones around the area. And you can just come in and dial and play with it, sort of. And my kids have only started playing with it yesterday, and they were like fascinated. What's that noise? What's that purring noise? I said, that's dial tone. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What it used to sound like.
I suppose with them now, ringtones can be the number one in the charts at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about kind of the way telecoms has progressed to nowadays?
Well, I mean, it's progression. I think there's progression with everything, but I think we're all contactable. We have to be contactable 24 hours a day, and it can be too much. Having a mobile phone for me is a pain, because if people want to get hold of me to do stuff or whatever, especially computer stuff, can you have a quick look at this? Can you have a quick look? And it's like, get away. So I do tend to leave it in there and turn it off, which is something a year ago or 2 years ago I wouldn't have believed I'd say. I need to be contactable, but now it's nice to come in here and play with my old telephone stuff.
Sorry, the service requested is not available. Thank you for calling. Please hang up.
Few memories going down the hill there. Hardwick's Andy Clark speaking to Claire Carter then about his complete and utter overcoming passion, obsession, let's be frank, about old telephones.